So Il Sentiero means the path, and the symbolism is very beautiful because there's a lot of pathways to be found everywhere in nature. But the path is also to be found within yourself, inside of yourself. I believe that everyone has their own path, and sometimes bad things happen, sometimes good things happen. And I don't know if it's necessarily true even that it can be good or bad, because anything that happens on your path is meant to bring you closer to yourself, if you also accept those things on your path. So I believe everyone has their own path to walk, and I'm here to try to give someone a hand to follow their own path. Well, to calm down. Definitely to calm down, because I think a lot of people come to me and they are living in a, I don't know, maybe a city life or in a box, box houses. And so the first thing we do is we calm down, because this environment is like you calm down in nature. And you have to calm down to even be able to hear your inner voice. This is why people, they find relaxation in going outside or, taking the boat, going somewhere. So this is the first thing we do. First, we calm down. The first 1 or 2 days is just to, ground yourself, to feel comfortable here. In those moments, I start observing those people. I start to see certain behavior, certain patterns, the way people think. And after that, the journey continues. I think the main blockage in most people right now is that our nervous system is always on. It's always, a lot of people are agitated. I can also feel it sometimes, and it takes energy to learn how to calm yourself. People are very agitated, and the world we live in right now, with the phones and computers and things and radiation and everything, it's just, we are not meant to live in this kind of, high, different kind of vibrations, all the radiation. And I think a lot of people are agitated and they don't know anymore how to hear themselves, like hear their inner voice. And if you learn to listen to that, it's always talking to you. It's always talking to you. And it's about learning how to listen to that inner voice.
Okay, don't worry.
That's gonna bring you so much further.
We can
And
talk
that's
about
the
something
blockage,
else.
How are you going to learn to listen to that inner voice, to know where the path is leading you, where you want to go. So it's about deconnecting from your phone for a bit, deconnecting from social media and everything, and the whole world that is just so busy right now. And for me, coming here, nature, like touching these rocks, has brought me so much to disconnect from that world. In fact, my phone is somewhere over there right now. It's good. I'm disconnected from the phone. People get clarity about why they do the things they do, or why they think the things that they think. Sometimes you need a mirror to show you what is beneath your own surface. When you have you ever seen that picture about that iceberg? How much is hidden under the surface? We have that as people. We have a lot of hidden things under the surface. But doing this work and looking at what's beneath the surface will allow you to, become conscious about your patterns, the way you think, the way you move in the world, why you make certain decisions. And what are you afraid of? I think that's very important to understand, what are you afraid of? Why are you not taking those steps that your heart is actually asking you to do? And many people are blocked in there. What is different in my approach? Well, it's interesting because I've asked myself this very question a lot of times. Because a lot of people have come to me and they have felt in a certain way with me. They have felt comfortable and safe to open up. They felt listened and they have felt seen. They felt safe and comfortable to open up. And looking also at my professional career within psychiatry, I was working in a flexible way, so I got into a lot of different groups. I worked with a lot of different clients, and for me, it never mattered what kind of person I had in front of me. I always see that person, and I try to see everyone everyone's the same to me. Everyone's the same to me, and I think people can feel that. People can feel that, and it makes them feel safe to open up with me. And another thing I have noticed when I've asked myself this question, I noticed that because I'm a very sensitive person since always, I can see and I can feel what's under the surface. Maybe I can feel it even before someone tells me anything. And sometimes that can even be a little bit uncomfortable for people who don't want to show themselves fully. But, if you want to make some kind of transformation, you're going to have to make the choice to bring those things to the surface. And with me, I guess that's easy because I see and I feel what's under the surface. But I wouldn't judge you for it. And I think people can feel that. And this is why people feel comfortable opening up to me. And sometimes a little bit uncomfortable, because I will also give you the right mirror to actually take the steps that's going to bring you further, if you want. Yes, so I chose to ground myself here in Puglia. And I have never felt this before, that I actually wanted to ground myself in a place. I've never felt that before. And I came here and I started with renting a house only for 5 months. But I didn't want to go away. I have a mother who's Italian and she's from Genoa, so from the north of Italy. And my father is from Amsterdam, and I grew up in the Netherlands. And I always knew I wanted to live in Italy, because whenever my feet touched Italian ground, even as a child, like small child, whenever my feet touched Italian ground, because we were going to visit my grandparents, nonna, nonno, I just felt this huge, like always, like this huge feeling of, whew, like being home, always. But this was more in the north of Italy, but I don't think it matters where it was. Also in Sicily or Sardinia, everywhere. But I didn't know where I wanted to live in Italy. It's so big, Italy. So I found this house for 5 months, and it was just a huge feeling of, it was like intuition of, okay, I have to be here. And after 3-4 months, they asked me if I wanted to stay, and of course I said yes, because here you have everything. You have everything here. You have, yeah, well, look at it. You have the sea, the sanctuary between land and sea. You have everything. The people are nice. The food is amazing. The weather it's amazing. We're now end of April, and it's super early in the morning right now, and it's warm, and I feel like I have everything here. And I never felt this before. Well, for me, as I said, Puglia has everything for me. It's it's very grounding, which means it makes you feel really, I don't know, connected to the earth here. It's very, very grounding, very, it's like ancient energy here, very grounding. Maybe because of all the olive trees, I don't know, and the rocks. So nice. For me, Puglia is, it's just, you can feel it, you know, it's really easygoing, very nice people. But being 100% honest, this is not the only place where you can find this, you know. I think there's a lot of places where you can find this because you also bring this with you because it's inside of you, it's inside of you. The environment is supporting, definitely. Puglia is very supporting for me. Definitely here because there's a little island here and the clear water and it's amazing. But the real inner work, you can take it with you. But the right environment definitely supports you. So it's always good to think about where you want to do this. And I would say do it in Puglia with me. Does pain have a purpose in this journey? Well, definitely. Well, I can tell you very, very honestly that I felt a lot of pain in my life, a lot of pain. And I have felt angry about this, and I have felt sad about this. And I can already tell you right now, I'm definitely not perfect. But the pain definitely has a purpose because it brings you into the places inside of yourself where there's emotions stuck in you. Inside your body, emotions get stuck in your body. So if you ever feel, I can see little crabs, so cute. Um, have you ever experienced something like when something maybe a little bit traumatic happens, or you're having a fight with your partner or your sister or your mother, or that you can feel this pain inside of you, like your stomach or maybe your chest or your lower belly, just, or maybe your shoulders. It means there is an emotion stuck in your body, and the pain helps you to see where it is stuck, and it helps you to grow. Because if you allow yourself to move through that pain, to feel that emotion, that's going to liberate you. The pain is actually here maybe to liberate you. Today, or if I ever gone through a deep personal crisis, you mean like today? No, I mean many times, many times. Else I couldn't be here. You know, sometimes I feel maybe some judgment, like, what is this young 30-year-old woman? Why is she? What is she bringing? You know, what does she know? But I've been going through deep personal crises since, I don't know, maybe since I was born. Because for me, it was not easy to live in this world, you know, with the hatred and the anger and as a child, I never understood why so much hatred, why, I don't know. And it actually continued. It continued until, well, it can still happen, of course, but now I know how to live through these crises. I wouldn't call them crises anymore. But I've been through, I've been through the dark parts, definitely, a lot. And the most important thing for me was to learn how to move with that darkness, because everyone has this dark part inside of you. You know, when you're really sad, really down, depressed, burned out. I think everyone has this. and it's good to be honest about this, that you have this stuff. But learning how to move with it, it's going to liberate you. Yeah. And it just means to, once again, to learn to deal with those emotions that are in your body. You're gonna learn to let them out. You're gonna learn to express your emotions so they don't get stuck anymore. And the darkness gets a lot lighter like this. Yes, I think for me, the biggest teachers were my relationships. And I had um, the same lesson come to me over and over again within my relationships, where I was scared to be left. I was scared I would feel like abandoned if someone wanted to leave me. And my emotions, when the fear came up, my emotion was so strong, was so big, and it was too much. I couldn't handle the pain. I couldn't, and I came into a depression for I don't know, 6 months or a year. I don't remember. It's maybe 7 or 8 years ago. And this is the moment where I felt well, or I had to stop living because the pain was too much, or I had to change. So around, let's say, 8 years ago, when this happened, and when the pain was too much, and I didn't want to live anymore, I had to make a decision. Am I choosing this way, or am I going to heal? So this is when I started with regular therapy myself. And at the same time, I was also studying social work. So I was also studying psychology and psychiatry, which was not easy because it's a huge mirror. If you're reading in the books, and it's a big mirror, seeing all the patterns in your own family and everything. So yeah, that's the moment where things changed. And the first years were not easy at all. And I still had a lot of moments where I got back into that moment of I don't want to live anymore. So I lived that. I lived that experience. Like going from a dark place like that, of not even wanting to live, to being able to just be here right now and look at the water and the sea and you, the friends and everything, and just feel incredibly grateful to be alive. That's what I live. This is what I learned. This is what I lived. Yeah. So this is why I think I have something to bring to other people as well. Change. Why is change frightening? Because you're used to your patterns. You're used to living in this way. So everything outside of your comfort zone is scary because you don't know what the outcome will be. If you are gonna just stay stuck with your own pattern, you know what the outcome is gonna be, and it's more comfortable to stay in there. So if people need to try something new, it is scary. I have some people who want to come here, but they're already scared to even have a call because they know coming here means transformation. But yeah, it's scary because it's new and you don't know what the outcome is going to be. You don't know, and that can feel unsafe. And this is why you need, sometimes you just need a space holder. You need the right person to do it with you. I think a lot of people don't face themselves in their life, and you can see it um, in the way that people get sick. I think I believe that if people get sick, it's also because of their stuck emotion in your body, and you know, if something is stuck inside of you for a long time, that's not a good sign. It's gonna make you not feel good and you can get a sickness. I think it's also gonna make you feel stuck, no? Stuck in your pattern, stuck in your way, stuck in your, I don't know. I think most people will never even know what it means to feel free. Yeah, I think it's about feeling free to be you, no?